Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Everyday English with Johnny. I'm your host, Johnny, and I'm pumped to be joined by my incredible co-host, Rose. How's it going, Rose?
Hey, Johnny. Hey, listeners. I'm doing fantastic and super excited about today's episode. We're tackling a topic that hits home for so many English learners. Stop thinking, start talking. If you're someone who freezes up before speaking because you're overthinking, this one's for you.
Absolutely. We hear it all the time. What if I make a mistake? What if I sound silly? What if people don't understand me? That fear of messing up stops so many learners from speaking English. But here's the truth. If you want to be fluent, you've got to stop overanalyzing and just start talking.
So true. Overthinking is like a roadblock to fluency. You get stuck worrying about grammar, pronunciation, or finding the perfect word, and before you know it, the conversation has moved on. But don't worry. Today, we're sharing practical tips, exercises, and mindset shifts to help you speak English confidently without second-guessing yourself.
That's right. If you've ever hesitated before speaking English, stay with us until the end. We're going to show you how to break free from overthinking and start talking naturally. Let's dive in. Before we jump into solutions, let's talk about the problem. Rose, why do so many English learners overthink instead of just speaking naturally?
Great question, Johnny. The biggest reason is fear of making mistakes. So many learners think, what if I say something wrong? What if people laugh at me? That fear paralyzes them, so they stay silent instead of trying to speak.
Spot on. And here's the funny thing. Native speakers mess up all the time. We mispronounce words, forget grammar rules, or say things that aren't perfect, but we keep talking because we don't overthink it. Learners, though, often feel this pressure to be flawless, so they pause, self-correct, and end up saying nothing.
Exactly. Another huge issue is translating from their native language. Instead of forming sentences directly in English, learners think in their native language first, then try to translate word for word. That takes forever, and by the time they're ready to speak, the moment's gone.
Oh yeah, that translation habit is a fluency killer. It's like your brain's doing double the work, and it often leads to unnatural phrases. For example, someone might translate "I'm cold" as "I have cold," which just doesn't sound right in English.
And let's not forget lack of confidence. Some learners feel their accent isn't good enough or their vocabulary is too small, so they stay quiet. But that silence creates a vicious cycle. The less you speak, the more nervous you feel about speaking.
So true. It's like a trap. You don't speak because you're scared, but you're scared because you don't speak. The good news, you don't need to be perfect to speak fluently. You just need to be confident and keep practicing.
Let's sum up the main culprits: fear of mistakes, translating from the native language, and lack of confidence. These are the barriers holding learners back, but we're about to show you how to break through them.
Now that we've identified the problem, let's talk about the solution. Rose, why is it so important for learners to stop overanalyzing and just start speaking?
Fantastic question, Johnny. The main reason is that fluency comes from practice, not perfection. The more you speak, the faster your brain gets at forming sentences naturally. If you're always stopping to check grammar or vocabulary, you'll never build the speed and confidence you need for real conversations.
That's such a great point. Think about how kids learn to talk. They don't study grammar books or worry about mistakes. They just listen, repeat, and keep babbling. Over time, their speech gets better naturally. Adults can learn the same way.
Exactly. Instead of waiting for your English to be perfect, you need to speak as much as possible, even if you stumble. That's how fluency develops, through action, not hesitation.
I always tell learners, speak first, fix later. If you obsess over correctness while talking, you'll slow yourself down. But if you just let the words flow and worry about small mistakes later, you'll sound way more natural.
And here's something else. Native speakers don't care about minor errors. If you communicate clearly, they'll understand you. Nobody's judging your grammar as much as you think they are.
So true. In fact, confidence makes a bigger impression than perfect grammar. When you speak with ease and enthusiasm, people listen to you more, even if your sentences aren't textbook perfect.
Plus, the more you practice speaking without overthinking, the faster you improve. It's like training a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
Let's recap. Speaking without overthinking builds fluency through practice, helps you sound natural, boosts your confidence, and proves that communication trumps perfection. Now, let's get to the good stuff. How to make this happen.
All right, Johnny. This is the part everyone's been waiting for. Practical tips to help learners stop overthinking and start speaking confidently. What's our first tip?
One of the best ways to start is to think in English instead of translating from your native language. Translating slows you down and makes speaking feel like a chore. But if you train your brain to form thoughts directly in English, words will come out faster and more naturally.
Love that. A simple way to practice this is to narrate your day in English. For example, in the morning, think, I'm making coffee. The water's boiling. I'm adding sugar. It's a low-pressure way to make English part of your everyday thoughts.
Tip 2. Let go of grammar worries. Yes, grammar is important, but in a conversation, communication matters more. Even if you make a mistake, people will understand you. Focusing too much on grammar makes you pause and lose confidence.
So true. If you just keep talking, your brain will naturally start correcting itself over time. Native speakers don't think about grammar rules while chatting, and neither should you.
Tip 3. Practice speaking with yourself. A lot of learners say, I don't have anyone to practice with, but you don't need a partner. Talk to yourself in the mirror, describe what's around you, or narrate your actions out loud. It's a great way to get comfortable speaking without pressure.
I love that one. You can say things like, I'm in my room. There's a book on the table. The window's open. It builds fluency and confidence, and nobody's there to judge you.
Tip 4. Try shadowing. This is where you listen to a native speaker on a podcast, YouTube video, or movie and repeat what they say right away, copying their pronunciation, rhythm, and speed. It's a fast track to sounding natural.
Shadowing is awesome because it forces you to stop thinking and just speak. You don't have time to overanalyze. You're too busy keeping up with the speaker. Plus, it helps with pronunciation and intonation.
Tip 5. Stick to simple sentences. Many learners hesitate because they try to build long, complex sentences, but short, clear sentences work just as well. Instead of saying, I would like to discuss an important topic with you, just say, let's talk about something important.
Simple sentences keep the conversation flowing, and that's the goal. You don't need to sound like a poet to communicate effectively.
Tip 6. Embrace mistakes. Every mistake is a step toward fluency. If you're too scared to mess up, you'll never speak. But if you see mistakes as proof that you're learning, you'll feel freer to talk.
Absolutely. Mistakes are like badges of courage. They show you're trying. And the more you speak, the fewer mistakes you'll make over time.
Tip 7. Immerse yourself in English daily. The more you surround yourself with English through podcasts, movies, music, or books, the easier it becomes to speak without thinking. Your brain starts absorbing natural speech patterns.
Immersion is key. Even small changes like switching your phone to English or following English-speaking creators online make a big difference.
And our final tip, set a daily speaking challenge. Commit to speaking English for 5 minutes every day without stopping. If you don't know a word, describe it another way. The goal is to keep talking, no matter what.
I love that challenge. It's like a mini workout for your speaking skills. Over time, those 5 minutes will make you so much more confident.
Let's recap these tips. 1. Think in English. Don't translate. 2. Don't worry about grammar. Focus on communication. 3. Practice speaking with yourself. 4. Use shadowing to mimic native speakers. 5. Keep sentences simple. 6. Embrace mistakes as part of learning. 7. Immerse yourself in English daily. And 8. Set a 5-minute speaking challenge.
These tips are your toolkit for speaking confidently. Start small, practice daily, and you'll be amazed at how natural English starts to feel.
Now, let's make things fun with a spontaneous speaking challenge. This is a great way to practice speaking without overthinking. Rose, how does it work?
Here's the deal. We'll give our listeners a topic and they have to speak about it for 30 seconds without stopping. No long pauses, no overthinking, just keep talking. If you don't know a word, describe it in another way. The goal is to keep the conversation going.
Love it. Let's show them how it's done with a quick example. Rose, your topic is, describe your morning routine. Go.
All right. Every morning, I wake up around 7 a.m. I stretch for a few minutes and drink a big glass of water. Then I brush my teeth, take a quick shower, and make coffee. I love the smell of coffee. For breakfast, I usually have eggs and toast. After that, I check my phone and get dressed. That's my routine.
Awesome. That was smooth, clear, and confident. You didn't stop, even for a second. Okay, my turn. Rose, give me a topic.
Your topic is your favorite hobby. Go.
My favorite hobby is hiking. I love being outdoors, walking through forests or up mountains. The fresh air makes me feel alive. I usually hike with friends on weekends, and we talk and enjoy the views. Sometimes I take photos of nature. It's relaxing and fun.
Perfect. You kept going and it sounded so natural. That's exactly what we want our listeners to do. Now it's your turn, listeners. Here are 3 topics. Pick one and speak for 30 seconds without stopping. 1. Describe your favorite food. 2. Talk about your daily routine. 3. Describe a place you want to visit.
Ready? Don't overthink, just talk. Go. Even if you stumble, keep going. That's how you build confidence.
Great job, everyone. If it felt tricky, that's okay. The more you practice this challenge, the easier it gets. Try it every day, and you'll see your fluency skyrocket.
We've shared practical tips and a fun challenge, but there's one more piece of the puzzle, your mindset. Rose, how can learners shift their mindset to become more confident speakers?
Such an important question, Johnny. First, understand that confidence comes from action, not from waiting to feel ready. Many learners think, I'll speak when I'm confident, but it's the opposite. You get confident by speaking. So start talking now, even if it feels scary.
So true. Action creates confidence, not the other way around. What's another mindset shift?
Stop aiming for perfection. Learners often hesitate because they want every sentence to be flawless. But even native speakers make mistakes. Instead of thinking, I must be perfect, think, I must communicate. Focus on getting your point across, not on being a grammar robot.
I love that. And speaking of mistakes, we need to reframe how we see them. Instead of feeling embarrassed, see mistakes as proof you're learning. If you're not making mistakes, you're not pushing yourself enough.
Exactly. Mistakes are like stepping stones to fluency. Another key shift is stop comparing yourself to others. You might think, my friend speaks better than me, or I'll never sound like a native. But the only comparison that matters is with your past self. Are you improving? If yes, you're winning.
Such a great point. And one more mindset tip, embrace discomfort. Speaking a new language feels awkward at first. That's normal. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. So lean into those English conversations instead of avoiding them.
Let's recap these mindset shifts. 1. Confidence comes from action. Speak now, don't wait. 2. Forget perfection. Focus on communication. 3. See mistakes as proof you're learning. 4. Compare yourself only to your past self. 5. Embrace discomfort for growth.
These mindset shifts are like rocket fuel for your English journey. Combine them with our practical tips, and you'll be speaking with confidence in no time.
Wow, Johnny, we've covered so much today. From why overthinking holds learners back to practical tips, a speaking challenge, and mindset shifts. It's all about stopping the mental block and starting to talk.
Absolutely. Learning English is a journey, and it can feel tough sometimes, but every time you speak, you're getting better. Even if you make mistakes, even if you don't sound perfect, you're growing with every word.
And here's the biggest takeaway. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start speaking. The perfect moment is now. If you speak today, even just a little, you'll be further along tomorrow. Don't let fear hold you back.
So true. And to all our listeners, let me say this. You are capable. You are smart enough to learn English. You are strong enough to overcome challenges. You already have everything you need to succeed. The only thing left is to start talking.
Our final message: believe in yourself, take action, and never stop learning. English fluency is within your reach. Go grab it.
We're cheering you on. If you loved this episode, try the spontaneous speaking challenge again and share your progress with us in the comments or on social media. We'd love to hear how you're doing.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Everyday English with Johnny for more practical tips and motivation to boost your English skills. Links to our social media and extra resources are in the show notes.
Thank you for joining us today. Keep practicing, keep talking, and remember, stop thinking, start talking. See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone. Stay confident and keep speaking.
Bye for now.